Holy shnikes. Look at this. Well, I'm down here at the car wash to collect some coin and collect some cash. Last month we did $24,000 in revenue, despite my automatic being down for about 7 days. So let's go ahead and collect the cash from the base and see what we got. Despite what a lot of people might think and what some other gurus online might suggest, car washes are definitely not passive investments. I spend at least 5 to 10 hours a week down at my car wash fixing broken items. Obviously, you've got to be here to collect the cash. It's very rare that you find someone you can trust that would do that for you. So it's not one of these businesses where you can just kind of set it and forget it. As always, this is the last bay, and this usually will tell me how good the other bays are going to do, because this one doesn't really get used a whole bunch. So if this one's got some in it, that means that we're going to be all right. Very nice. And not too bad. This has been a really good start to fall. Here where I'm at, it gets really hot in the summertime, so there's somewhat less traffic in the summer. It's just too hot for people to get out and wash their cars, surprisingly. So when the temperature cools down, business will pick up. People stay a lot longer to wash their cars. This is actually going to be 14 months of ownership of this car wash. Oh wow. It's another two-hander here. Two-hander. Look at this bad boy. That is a good one. So last month I had just gotten done with my renovation. Oh wow. Last month I had just gotten done with my renovation, so it's nice to see what these numbers a year later after my renovation are compared to the numbers that I did last year. And I'm doing at least $4,000 or $5,000 more a month than I did last year, which is pretty phenomenal. When you do a renovation on a car wash, it takes some time, especially if it's a rundown wash that you renovate. It takes some time for those customers to start coming back to your wash. It takes some time for them to realize that your business is not, run down anymore, and they can actually use it and not have to worry about things being broken all the time. So a year later, it's nice to see how my revenue has changed compared to right after I renovated it, and maybe not all the customer base was coming back to the wash. I bet this is going to be another good one. Oh wow. So we had a coin jam in here. Didn't even realize that. It's probably been like that for a couple days and no one told me. But what's more interesting is this. Oh yeah. Two-hander. This is the fullest I've ever seen this. Oh yeah. Spilling over here. And this is actually the kind of stuff that you have to come do if you own a car wash. You've got to be aware of coin jams. Coins are jammed up. People can't put tokens in. Granted, you got multiple bays, but if someone loses a quarter or a token in your coin acceptor, they might get pissed off and never come back. So you've got to make sure that these things are working you know, as much as possible. That way customers don't get upset. Let's see what this bad boy's got. Another good one. This is about 7 or 8 days worth. We got to double check and make sure it works. Good to go. I'll leave someone $1. Well, they're laying on that horn a little extra this morning. Perfect timing for a train. These 4 bays closest to my office, my equipment room, don't have cash. These are coin and token only. Let's see where we're at with this. Holy crap. Oh yeah. 2-hander. Holy shnikes. Look at this. That's the good stuff. So full, they're falling back. Bet this is going to be another good one. What do you think? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So one interesting thing about car washes is, or just cash businesses in general, is for every $1 that you increase revenue, you increase the value of the business 3 to 5 times, because they're typically valued at a multiple of the gross revenue. So if I make $1 extra, the business could be potentially worth 3 to 5 times more. So that's why it's pretty interesting to see what my business is doing a year on from when I purchased it. How much better it's doing than it did a year ago after renovation. So that's another way to look at things. I mean, you could actually go to a bank and cash in on that equity if you wanted to. But it's just a nice way for you to evaluate how much better your business is doing each and every year. This is going to be my best bay usually. So this isn't the greatest. This one should be filled up, but we'll see what the cash looks like. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. Holy smokes, this bucket is getting heavy. Very heavy. 2 more. And I'm glad I'm close to the door, because that bucket is full. Oh yeah, it's full. Whew. Last one. Another good one. Look at how full this bucket is. Yep. Oh. Okay, so now that I have the cash and the coin from the bay, I'm going to have to separate the tokens from the quarters. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over that part because it just makes for a long video and get right to counting the quarters. Okay, so I have the token separated from the quarters, and I am left with 2 Cafe du Monde canisters and 2-gallon jugs full of quarters. Let's go ahead and count these up. Got a $1 coin, goes into my private stash. This is a lot of quarters. This is probably the most quarters I've counted at once since I've owned the wash. Even when it was busy in wintertime, I was collecting a lot more, so I didn't have to count this many quarters all at once. So take a guess in the comments down below how many quarters you think this will be. $4,807 quarters divided by 4 equals $1,201.75. Holy smokes. That was a lot of quarters and a lot of work. Now let's get the cash from the token dispensers. Empty, empty, empty. Oh yeah, figured it'd be like this. This machine was down because the bill stacker was full. This is a ton of freaking cash. Not even sure how much this actually holds. Slim pickings in there. See what we got. Holy freaking crap. This is by far the most cash I've ever seen in here. Holy crap. I can't even get it all. This is a ton of cash. There's still more in here. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. I think we are gonna have a good month. Now I'm back in my office. Let's count up the cash and see how well I did for the week. God, this counter sucks. Almost to the finish line. Who thinks I need a new bill counter? Drop it in the comments down below. I mean, this thing was like $600. $3,418. Now I got to count up the reject bills. So my cash total, which is for about 8 or 9 days worth of revenue for the beginning of October, is $3,487. And my credit total is $4,235.90. That includes the automatic and the self-serve bays, plus my coin revenue, which we counted up at the car wash, is $1,201.75, bringing my total for this month to $8,924.65. Not too bad considering it's only 9 or 10 days worth of revenue for the beginning of this month. Hopefully I can beat that total of last month's revenue. It's looking good so far. We'll see what it does on the next video. Sometimes I get comments on these videos as to why I don't have expenses. Well, I have monthly expenses. I don't have weekly expenses. I cover those in my monthly closeout videos. So if you're interested in those, check out my previous videos where I close out the end of the month and I tally up all my expenses for this self-serve car wash. You got any questions about real estate investing or cash businesses? Drop them in the comments down below or hit me up on IG. Thanks for watching. Till next time.